All right, let's go. Really? Really? Right in the middle of the fucking road. Hey, Tiger. Huge jump in healing. We're under 2 millimeters in two directions and under four in the other one. What the fuck is with people today? Just a second ago, I had a guy stopped in the middle of the fucking road again, and this jackass just does it. Hey, Vern. Hi, Lee. Thanks for coming in. Jesus, God, people. I'm done with Seattle today. This is so stupid. Yeah, it must be, Tiger. I don't know what it is, but we sure made a huge jump this week. Hi, Mama O. This is just ridiculous. This is what happens when I'm stuck here to lunchtime. And this idiot blocks the intersection. Put your turn signal on, jackasses. Hey, Steerdish. God, unbelievable. Well, an idiot finally turned his turn signal on, stops in the middle of the road, who else came in that I missed? TD. Hey, TD. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Oh, that's awesome that you're seeing grass outside. Because the idiot wanted to turn right and didn't have his turn signal on. He'd already stopped in the middle of the last block, just stopped and sat there and picked somebody up that was walking. Because they're idiots, that's why. and they figure that the rules don't belong to them or don't apply to them. Yeah, I bet you're excited to finally have all the ice and snow gone. Oh, common sense has left the building, dude. This lane is backed up so far up the hill, I can't see how far it's backed up. This is nuts. Other than the no right turn on red problem, uh, I don't know what else is causing this backup. Hey Nora, thanks for coming in. For as good a mood as I was when I walked out of the hospital, I'm sure cranky now with all these idiots trying to drive, and my oil pressure gauge is jumping up and down for no reason. I just checked the oil this morning. I know oil's good, and I know oil pressure's fine. It's just the gauge connection is shorting in and out, so I keep getting this ding, ding, ding. I think once I get out on the freeway, it'll settle down, but getting to the freeway may take all year. this is this is ridiculous. This is a lot worse than what I normally have here. Do you have an early 2000s Dodge, Larry? Mason Hipner, my shark fishing buddy down in Florida, has the same truck, different color, and he had to replace his sending unit because it was doing this crap. Probably wouldn't get any worse gas mileage, Tiger. All right, here we go. We made it out. That's interesting that it's a GMC that's doing it. It's pretty notorious on the Dodges. I hadn't heard that though. Yeah, see, lane splitting isn't legal here, and yeah, people do that too, and it gets worse every year. Wow, Jesus, every day it's worse. We're running about 70 now, Tiger. Well, not till we get blown out to all five lanes. At the moment, the one on the right is going to exit. So You don't have to get over. You could just go faster. No, he's going to dive for the fast lane and then go 50. No, but she's by herself and she's going to run the carpool away. That's what she's doing. This isn't the pay to play zone, guys. You actually have to have multiple people to run that way. Yeah, I've been, I haven't posted any pictures of my foot because I didn't want to upset anybody. Um, but I'm quite proud of where it is right now and tempted to post a series of where it's gone to what's happened. There's a nice picture of Mount Rainier. Wow. Um, from where it was to where it's come and how we've gone ups and downs over the years. And I think we're finally going to get there. If I get out of this clump of traffic, that I can set the cruise and go. Over the years, we've had some good jumps in the right direction, and then something would happen, whether it was the dog got loose and I had to chase him for 45 minutes, or something that was just beyond my control where I did nothing and we just lost ground. Um, and then we would be a perpetual pattern of, well, flip. It doesn't flop very good without toes. Um, uh, where we take 3 steps forward and take 2 steps back the next week. And we went on and on and on like that for a long time. And it finally looks like we're going to make it out. We ran two batches of stem cells back to back, and we've had some weeks haven't been great, but it's been positive improvement all along the way. And I was actually sat there with my mouth hanging open. We When I get there, they clean it up and they do measurements, and I copy down the measurements, and then we take a pic. They take pictures of it, and I get them to take pictures of it because I can't really see the bottom of my foot. And I just sat there with my mouth hanging open for quite a while because I couldn't believe how small it was, how good it looked, and all of the undermining was gone, and it's just a very small hole now, and it's not as it doesn't look gruesome like most of them do. So I can actually post this. I'll talk to Stevie about it. I'll send you a picture of the tiger, but um, I'm going to talk to Stevie about it, and I may actually post this. But if you figure we're coming up on 3 years, and it started out 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. Yeah, Larry. Sometimes life goes like that, but this has just been nuts. How's your meeting with the lawyer go, Larry? Were you able to get out and go take care of it? Mount Rainier is a little bit off to the right now. We'll get a pretty good picture of it here in another 20 minutes or so. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Hey, Simon. Yeah, once your circulation begins to go on your legs, it's really hard to heal wounds. Yeah, you make the changes and it begins to help. Um, and hopefully it stays in a positive direction. Sometimes you make the changes and it just takes forever to get anywhere. Actually, pizza does sound good. As long as you can get out, that's all that matters. Dude, that's called following it. Hey, Eddie, you're worn down. Oh no. Yeah, too much cheesecake. You do what you got to do. I mean, the doctors that I'm dealing with are pretty much top notch in the area. So it's worth the drive. Every time I have to deal with a doctor that's in the south end down by my house, it goes sideways. So I stick with the doctors that I know. Uh, I mean, I had one doctor from the time we were both in our 20s until he retired. 4 years ago. Uh, and the only time I wasn't with him was when he took a 6 month sabbatical to travel Europe. And when he retired, I went with the doctor who I substituted with while he was gone. I stick with the same surgeon when I need help, and I stick with the same doctor. And they just happen to be, hour and a quarter away with no traffic. Really, Grandma? All right, now we got the proof that we can drive and quit fighting people. Hey, Digits. Yeah, they keep leaving these little crappy cars in my way. Would have to be ultralight. I had to give up my pilot's license. But that would be good. And I'd have to convince Seattle that I was a medevac every week. Getting clearance to run a helicopter into downtown Seattle is ridiculous unless it's a medevac. Like it takes us 4 months to get the clearance and permits to do a helicopter lift in Seattle. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Well, at least the fog cleared off this morning. Yeah, you and me both, Tiger. Well, they have had guys parasail and paraglide from Issaquah into downtown Seattle. Uh, in the summertime, they launch from the top of Tiger Mountain, which is out in Issaquah, and normally they land down below it, but they've had six different people at 6 different times fly the elevated currents all the way to Seattle. Yeah, it's no relation to that tiger. The mountains felt it differently. That worked. Mountains has to install a fly through. We have a few of them out here. I haven't been able to catch the one that flies out by us. Hi, Shamika. Thanks for coming in, dear. We're on the trip back south and puttering along and chit chatting about nothing important. Yeah, that's the kind of crap they do here. No, you can't do it from the city, so they get outside the city limits and make their descent and then fly through the city. Hey, they were legal. They technically it was legal. Or they just save up and figure it's worth the fine. Yeah. Yep. Always somebody trying to take away the fun. Hey, Kevin, we're running late today, and you must be running early. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's we're about 50 degrees here. Oh, and you even got it by a notification. That's impressive. Yeah, I had to do an extra test at the hospital, so I got out late to come back. So we're We're headed back later than normal. However, at least it wasn't so late that it caused problems, more problems. If I don't get out of Seattle by 1 o'clock, I've had it take me 5 hours to get back south because this will get jacked up so badly that it just takes that long. I admit that the carpool lane didn't exist when that happened, but yeah, I left the hospital at 1:30 in the afternoon. Didn't get home until 8. It's kind of funny, Tiger. Over the years, more and more, you really got to screw up to get pulled over. I mean, I can run 70 or 75 and go buy a cop with a speed trap up, but they just leave me alone. They're more interested in tagging people. It shouldn't be a carpool lane because that's a $550 ticket. Rather than a little 10 over speeding ticket that's worth 120 bucks. Yeah, there have been several nights where I've gone by and thought, well, I'm busted. And they just sit there. Not like I'm really, really racing, but even though they cut off toes, that foot's got more lead in it than it should have. I just wanted to extend the carpool lane down, but it cuts off right there, and this is usually where traffic goes to traffic. Yeah, me too, Katie. I wait till we get a Safeway. My speedometer doesn't even go up to 200. It goes up to, and 180 in this old rig would be scary. Big Nabbit, those little tables and A's are back. I don't know what the hell those are. Katie has one now. I did post it on my post page. I took a screenshot of the one this morning, and it has nothing to do with who has the crowns or because Katie doesn't have one of them. Although that's the first one I think I've seen since we started back south. Yeah, I don't see another one. Well, this is Katie. This is it's a weird little symbol. It looks like a kind of a cheap desk with an A next to it. If you go look at my post page, I posted when I got to the hospital a screen cap of what I was talking about, and it's right after if you're at side Katie's Kitchen dash TF, and then this little symbol is there, and then it says fabric. Really? I wonder why the heck that would be there. Okay, I can grasp that concept, but I don't know why. You know, either you'd think it would be there at everybody, so why would it only want to translate Katie's comment of fabric? I've seen a couple other people type fabrics, and uh, they didn't have it. Hey, Shiki baby. Yeah, on the picture I posted, I want to say I think Des and Tiger had it on the picture I took, but it was driving me nuts this morning, and I didn't have a chance to look at it. Yeah, well, Tiger's always corrupt. He gets faster than the rest of us. Yeah, if you have a question, ask Tiger. He'll figure it out before you would type half the words. Um, I don't understand why it would be there. Does that imply that somebody is well? See, now it's on Tiger. Does that imply somebody in China is reading the text and they don't understand those words? I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Another one of life's unsolved mysteries. There's a few geese, but not the hundreds. One of these days they'll all be back, and I'll show you. Yeah, you'd think it would be on everybody's, or it would be at the beginning of the chat, or something. I mean, it's not like Siri. I've asked Siri to translate something into Chinese. I can't click on it. Weird. Welcome back, Mama O. Running around incognito on your other channel. Hey, Max. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Yeah, go enjoy some pizza, Tiger. Yeah, now Mama O has the symbol right. That's just crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. Weird. All right, now we should have a good picture of Maui. Should be spectacular. There's no sun glaring on it. Yeah, it looks pretty good. They're on both accounts. This is back where I started this morning. I turned it on as I pulled out of that Arco parking lot right there. There you go. This part of it sure is. I can't wait until the trees start to blossom and bloom, and that's when it's really beautiful. Yeah, usually, I mean, you can see the definition where there's dirt and where there's snow or rocks or snow. Usually, this time of year, the entire mountain is just white. So we haven't had the kind of snow that we usually get. That's a little unnerving. That could mean drought this summer, unless we get hit harder later in the winter. All right, I don't have to stop at the pharmacy today, but I do have to stop at Safeway. Any of you that were there Saturday night, I was Sibby was using me as an Alexa and made a grocery list for me. So I had to stop and pick up all the crap that she needs. Hey, Share Bear, thanks for coming in. Oh, it was a crazy night, Kevin. It was hysterical, though. Eddie and Jerry were at each other's throats for a while. It just the problem was it just took too long for the cheesecakes to finally hit temperature, but it sure was fun, and it was hysterical. We're gonna do sugar-free pecan pie like the end of the month, but we're gonna do that one like on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon. Did I not say hi to you, Karen? I don't know if I did. I'm sorry if I missed you. That's funny. That little blue car that was just in front of us has a sticker on it, upside down. It says, "Please be patient, student driver," but it's upside down. Amusing. Of course, I'm easily amused. Yeah, see, the foothills ahead of us should all have snow on them too, and they don't. Weird year here in Washington. There are a few that are. I am not fond of the fact that they all look the same. I mean, that's a Chevy in front of us, and the body looks just exactly like Stibby's RAV4, other than the fact that her RAV4 has a Toyota emblem on it, and that one has a Chevy emblem on it. Otherwise, they're identical. And there was a Ford in the left turn lane that looked identical to that. Like one company builds stamp molds for them, and they share it with everybody else. All right, guys, we're pulling into Safeway, and this is where I'm going to lose signal. So I'm going to say goodbye, adieu, ta ta for now, and all the other things Sibby says. I love you, and I will see you out elsewhere out on YouTube property. And who knows elsewhere else I'll travel. But anyway, I love y'all, and we'll see you later. Thanks for being here.